Hey everyone, Justin Mead here. Time for your Tuesday tip of the week. This week I wanted to talk to you about debt to income ratios. So you might hear from me or other mortgage lenders talking about debt to income, how yours might be too high or it's low enough or you're just at the max. You might not know what the heck that means, so I just wanted to walk you through it today and how you can calculate it yourself and what to watch out for. So when we talk about debt to income, we're looking at two different ratios. There's the front ratio and the back ratio. The front ratio, which is often referred to as the housing ratio, is where we take your total monthly mortgage payment, the projected monthly mortgage payment, on whatever home you're looking at. So for that, we use the PITIA, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and association dues if applicable. That PITIA total every month, divide that by your gross monthly income amount. So if you're making 50 grand a year, divide that by 12, that's your monthly gross income. Take that PITIA monthly, divided by that gross monthly, you have your front end ratio. In general, you want to keep that front end ratio probably under 35 or less to live a comfortable life. And of course, I can't tell you what to do. It's your life, it's your money. This is where I usually recommend people speak with a financial planner or financial advisor to really look at your goals and your financial future holistically to figure out what's the best fit for you. But from my point of view, we're looking at what's approvable. So generally speaking, anything that's under a 43 front ratio usually gets approved. The other one we look at is the back ratio. That's where you take that PITIA, that housing payment, the projected housing payment, then we add in all your other monthly debt. So when we look at monthly debt, we're looking at actual debt, so not credit card, not phone bills, not utility bills, anything like that. Since those are things you're prepaying for, or utilities, you used it, now you're paying it. It's not a debt. It's not like you're taking money from somebody and owing it back. You're not borrowing anything. For actual debt, we're looking at the stuff that you actually borrowed and now you owe it back. So student loans, car loans, personal loans, car leases, those count. Credit cards, anything like that. Credit cards, we take the minimum monthly payment. So this is where a lot of people get confused. They think, oh, I have a balance of 10 grand on my credit card, I probably am going to get nailed to my debt to income. Not necessarily. A $10,000 balance on a credit card may be bad for your actual credit score if you're carrying that month over month, depending on what that available limit is. But that monthly payment, we're going to take whatever the minimum monthly payment amount is on your credit card. You can usually find that by going online or on your bill. It'll say do this month minimum X, and usually it's a pretty low amount, like $35, sometimes $100. But not the full 10,000. So we just take that minimum monthly payment for the credit cards. Then everything else, same thing, minimum monthly payment. So if your car loan, you owe $250 a month, even if you're paying $300 to pay it off quicker, we're just gonna look at that $250. Student loans, whatever your payment is. Now, something to note on student loans. Often what we'll see is student loans will come through the credit report with $0 as a monthly payment. This could be because it's deferred, or maybe you're on an income-driven repayment plan and the bureaus don't quite know exactly what your payment is, so it just comes through as a $0 a month payment. Now, that'd be great if we could just count $0, but we can't. So depending on which loan product you're using, there's a certain calculation you have to use. And generally speaking, we take 1% of that outstanding balance and count it as monthly debt. So if you owe 20 grand, then we take $200 a month as your monthly debt on that student loan. Otherwise, if you do have a set payment, that will come through the credit report and we'll use that. Personal loans, same thing. Whatever the payment is, mortgages, those count. So if you have an existing mortgage already that you're planning on using, we'll take that PITIA. So this back end ratio, we add up all the monthly debt plus your projected PITIA on the new property. Take that total and divide it by your gross monthly income. That's the back ratio. Generally speaking, you probably want to keep that under 45, again, to live comfortably. Again, speak with a financial professional to determine what's going to be good for you, for your goals. But from an approval standpoint, on a conventional loan, typically if it's under 50, it'll be okay, as long as that front ratio is low enough. On FHA, you can go up to 55, but really if you're getting something that your back ratio is at 55, really consider your options. Really find out, like, hey, is this house my dream home? Can I actually comfortably afford this place? Because if your back ratio is already at 55, you're not leaving yourself a ton of wiggle room for other expenses like your grocery bills or those utilities we talked about. So just really take everything into consideration when you're thinking debt to income. Yes, we'll approve you, but that's where it's good to talk it out, right? I like to talk to you and say, what are you paying every month? What can you handle paying every month? So it's always good to come prepared when you're getting a pre-approval with, hey, how much money do you have right now that you can put towards a purchase? How much are you comfortable with spending every month, and what's your timeline? With those three things, paired with what your existing debt to income ratio is, we'll have a really good idea of what you can realistically afford when buying a home. So hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, reach out and hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more.